Just looking at what 2010 has been for you guys, profit almost doubled last quarter, sales over the year top 10 billion. But yet the economy, the environment here in the United States is so uncertain. Where's the strength?
Well, I think it's quite remarkable, to be honest with you, that given the backdrop of the economy, we had a record year in terms of financial results. I think the strength is in the Starbucks experience, that across the country, people are walking into a Starbucks store and having the kind of experience with our people, with the environment, with the quality of the coffee that exceeds expectations. I also think it's a time when people are looking for comfort and a sense of community. And our stores, I think, at a time like this, provide people with a sense of community. We've always believed this was the third place between home and work. And I think people are looking for refuge, community, human connection. And I think the Starbucks brand is trusted. And as a result of that, and the value that we've created around Starbucks Rewards program and innovation, and we've had a huge hit with Starbucks Via, the instant coffee, that has far exceeded our expectations. And I think given the fact that instant coffee has always been a product that was viewed as bad, and we brought not only innovation but quality to it, it's given us, I think, a lot of new customers that have come into Starbucks.
And looking at what the United States is telling you in terms of what consumers are willing to spend, are you seeing the uncertainty here? You know, the dramatically high unemployment rate?
No.
Sales up 15% in the U.S., but internationally up 21%.
Well, I think what I said to the investor community today is that we have to be very mindful and I think very thoughtful that the economy is still under pressure, consumer confidence is still down, and people have less money to spend. And I think every company, whether it's a retail company or a consumer brand, has to provide an exciting opportunity to get customers to both come in and buy something. And I think we've done that. I think internationally, I just came back from China, and China is on fire in terms of the growth, the development, consumer aspiration. And I think that as I look around the world, I'm not optimistic, but at the same time, I think it is really quite a testament to Starbucks business that we've been able to perform despite the fact that we've been navigating through a very tough economic environment.
And you've said you can't overstate the importance of China. Your goal there is to triple the amount of stores you have in China in the next 5 years. So when you look at that and you look out, Howard, to 2015, what percentage of your revenue and your profits overall for Starbucks do you think will come from China?
Well, what we said today is that China holds perhaps the biggest prize of all in terms of the future of our company. We have 800 stores in Greater China, 400 stores in the mainland. We will have thousands of stores in China. We did specifically announce that we'll triple the size of the store base by 2015. We also, I was in China a week ago, and we announced for the first time in our history that we're going to start growing coffee in the Yunnan province, a beautiful place where coffee is going to be exquisite in terms of the taste. So we're deeply committed to growing that business. It'll be thousands of stores. I can't tell you what percentage it'll be, but as we look around the world, China, Russia, Brazil, India, these are emerging countries that Starbucks has very few stores. So we also reiterated today that we're going to return the company back to growth, but the kind of growth that's been disciplined, thoughtful, and highly profitable.
Well, because you have said openly that the Chinese market, as critical as it is a complicated market.
Yes,
and you have to approach it sort of gently.
Well, what I said was that China reminds me of what I read about the gold rush, that people are just rushing in, and as a result of that, there's not going to be a lot of people that find gold. We've been there 12 years, and during that 12-year period, we've done a lot of the hard work, and what I mean by that specifically is local Chinese people have embraced Starbucks. We opened a store in a city you've never heard of, or probably never heard of, called Fuzhou.
I've never heard of it.
Okay. You know how many people live there? 7 million. That's a tertiary city by Chinese standards. We watched hundreds of people wait outside in the rain as a rite of passage that Starbucks was coming to this city. And it reminded me of what happened 10, 15 years ago when we opened up in Iowa or Nebraska in the U.S., and that is that the equity of the Starbucks brand gives people kind of a rite of passage, and I just think our opportunity there is extraordinary. In addition to that, we're going to extend the Starbucks brand into the grocery channel and do things we haven't done before.
No concerns about a bubble in China?
I think that the Chinese government has this thing well in tuned, and I'm optimistic about what's going to happen. Will there be cyclical changes? I'm sure there will be, but I don't think it's going to be anything dramatic.